the cost of living in their report. The Azimio members of parliament and senators who attended a church fundraiser in Luanda, Vihiga County today, stated that the report will not be passed in the two houses should it fail to address the high cost of living. Kalonzo on his part has assured Kenyans that no deal will be made without considering their expectations and demands.
Haya mazungumzo pasipo cost of living, gharama ya maisha kuja chini, there is no deal. Si mumesema hiyo? Wangapi wanasema hiyo ndio msimamo wetu kabisa, so that we are very clear. In fact tumeambiwa kama kuna document ya kuweka saini hatuwezi kuweka.
Zakayo asiposhuka tufanye vipi? Mmesema tukate mti. Mimi na bwana Kalonzo na ndugu yangu pia Wandai, sisi ndio macho yenu kule Bomas. Hii maneno, unless you deal with the cost of living, there will be no deal. Tuko pamoja? Hiyo mnakubali? Watu wa Nairobi wamesema nichukue report nianze na page ya nini? Unga. Kama hamjaweka niangushe ama niziangushe?
The continued rise in the cost of living has led Kenyans to seek other ways to avoid the recent taxes that have been assented by President William Ruto. Elizabeth Nyambura, a massage expert, has been forced to relocate her business to the forest to avoid paying taxes, as Aisha Safe reports.
With unemployment continuing to rise in the country due to the high cost of living, excessive taxation and increase in price of essential commodities, many youths have been forced to innovate new ways to support themselves. Elizabeth Nyambura, who is the Chief Executive Officer of MediTouch Therapy Center and a mother of two, is a unique massage therapist who, after reading the current science, has opted to take massage business to the forest, away from the tax man and free from the headache of paying rent for business premises.
Idea ya kufanya massage outdoor kwa msitu ama mahali tu open ilikuja after kufanya hiking. Tulipanda mlima na tukitelemka tulikuwa tunaumwa na muscles sana. So nikaenda nyumbani nikafikiria like hii ni business opportunity.
Nyambura says that she meets her clients in the forest when they are relaxing or on picnic tours. Carol Kihara, a customer, says she meets the therapist in the forest whenever she feels fatigued and enjoys her services.
Na sifanyagi massage nje kwa mtu mmoja, nafanya na corporates, maybe institutions, wameenda team building, wameenda hiking, wameenda picnic, wameenda tu kujienjoy, au ndio watu mimi na target.
Nikiliganisha hii na ya ndani, mimi naweza tamani kuendelea tu na hii ya nje. Ina kuconnect na nature, ina kuondolea kama ni mafikra, kama ni uchofu.
Despite the modest income she earns, she has dreams of building a house that will also function as a school to educate small mothers, enabling them to sustain themselves and their families.
Kulingana na ile kipato napata, niko na mpango wa kujenga mansion. Hiyo mansion ikuwe mahali naishi, mahali ni shule, ya kutrain sana the young mothers ndio waweze kujimudu kimaisha na kuangalia watoto wao, na pia mahali nitakuwa na massage center kubwa yenye itaajiri watu wengi.
Kenyans are now coming up with different ideas on how to go out with their daily lives without having to depend on the government, as seen through Nyambura's achievements. Aisha Safe, KUTV.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has reiterated his commitment to reforming the dairy, coffee and tea sectors during a church service in Embu County. The DP, who has been leading the fight against cartels exploiting farmers, highlighted the government's efforts to ensure fair purchase of produce from farmers for them to benefit. Sylvester Ogembo reports.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has once again advanced his call for reforms in the dairy, coffee and tea sectors. While speaking at St. Anthony's Church in Manyata constituency, Embu County, Gachagua emphasized on his fight against cartels who demean farmers, condemning them for buying produce at low costs and selling at higher rates.
Tunaendelea na marekebisho katika sekta ya kahawa, majani chai na maziwa. Na tunaendelea vizuri. Wale wa jamaa ambaye wamekuwa wakinyanyasa wakulima walikuwa wameleta shida sana. Hawataki kuachilia kwa sababu wamenyanyasa mkulima siku mingi.
The second in command also highlighted that the Kenyan government has put in place strategies to eliminate the cartels by allocating 4 billion shillings to purchase coffee from farmers at reasonable prices. In his recent visit to Belgium and Germany, Gachagua mentioned engaging with coffee buyers who will directly purchase from farmers without intermediaries, allowing farmers to take pride in their produce.
Walikuwa wamekataa hata kuja kwa soko, sisi tukatafuta pesa ya serikali 4 billion, wakikataa kununua tununulie wakulima. Sasa wameanza kurudi kwa soko kununua, na sasa tunawaambia wanunue bei juu kuliko ile ya serikali ndio tuweze kuelewana. Na sisi hatuna ubaya na hiyo watu, shida yetu tu watupatie haki yetu. Kahawa wanauza bei iko juu sana ng'ambo, wanatupatia pesa kidogo. Tunawaambia hii faida iko katikati, tugawe na mkulima.
In the dairy and tea sectors, Gachagua assured farmers of continued additional payments, with the government aiming to increase milk prices to over 50 shillings. He also urged diplomats to prioritize looking for a market for avocados and macadamia in foreign countries.
Nimekuwa nchi ya Jerumani, nimekuwa pale Ubelgiji, na tumeanza kupata watu ambaye watakuja kuchukua kahawa direct bila kupitia kwa broker, na mkulima atapata haki yake. Kwa mambo ya chai tumeendelea vizuri, bonus ambayo ililipwa juzi imekuwa nzuri, na tutaendelea kupata manufaa katika sekta ya majani chai.
Gachagua was accompanied by various leaders from Mount Kenya region, commended Embu leaders for promoting unity, urging them to speak one language to spur development. Sylvester Ogembo, KUTV.
Now, in preparation for National Tree Planting Day scheduled for Monday, November 13, President William Ruto is expected to lead the exercise at Key Wetland in Makindu, Makueni County. Counties have received tree seedlings in early preparation as the government targets to plant 150 million trees across the country during the Tree Planting Day. Interior Principal Secretary Raymond Omolo and his forestry counterpart Githonga Mugambi stated that area chiefs are set to take charge in coordinating the distribution of seedlings and mobilizing residents in their areas. Kenyans have been therefore called to actively participate in this process. Now, in the last month, an Israeli tourist city on the shores of the Red Sea has become a temporary home for about 60,000 people who were evacuated from areas in the south that were under daily attacks from Gaza. Yet in recent weeks, the Houthis, an Iran-backed Shia rebel group in Yemen, have launched missiles and drones at Eilat. Take a look.
Indonesian cities have erupted in pro-Palestinian rallies since the October 7 Hamas attack, and emotions are strong.
What Hamas and the Palestinian people did against the invaders Israel was their way of fighting to achieve their independence. There's nothing wrong, because that is also what the heroes of the Indonesian nation did when they fought to achieve independence.
That passion will be on Indonesian President Joko Widodo's mind as he meets President Joe Biden at the White House Monday.
Belum ada presiden yang berani.
Not a single Indonesian president has dared not to defend Palestine. Our founding fathers have laid the foundation of our foreign policy: non-aligned, free and active, defend the oppressed.
Alignment, tetap bebas aktif.
The two sides have a large gap to bridge, particularly on a ceasefire in Gaza, but are keen to maintain good relations. Monday's meeting was arranged after Biden skipped the ASEAN summit hosted by Indonesia in September, sending Vice President Kamala Harris in his place and going to Vietnam instead. The leaders last met at the G20 summit in India this year. They are expected to upgrade bilateral ties to a comprehensive strategic partnership, a status Jakarta already shares with Beijing.
The leaders will explore opportunities to enhance cooperation on the clean energy transition, advance economic prosperity, bolster regional peace and stability, and reinforce our people-to-people ties. The two leaders will also coordinate on efforts to reinforce ASEAN centrality and uphold international law and promote a free and open Indo-Pacific.
A key goal for Indonesia, a limited free trade agreement on critical minerals that will allow Indonesian nickel used in electric vehicle batteries to qualify for tax incentives under the 2022 U.S. Inflation Reduction Act. Indonesia has the world's largest nickel reserves, which it mines and refines largely with Chinese financing.
The U.S. is eager to invest in this area, especially because I think, through the lens of China competition, making sure that the nickel industry in Indonesia is not completely dominated there would be a crucial strategic interest.
Some American lawmakers are against the deal due to heavy Chinese investment, labor, and environmental concerns in the Indonesian nickel industry. Patsy Widakuswara, VOA News, Washington.
All right, we are taking a very fast short break at this point. We're coming back with agribusiness. Stay with us.
Focus on Health is a show that creates awareness on matters health and informs you on various diseases, their causes, treatment, prevention, coping, and support. So join me, Bwari Michelle, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on KUTV. You can also follow us on our social media platforms at KUTV Focus on Health on Facebook and also on YouTube, and Health Focus on Instagram, because your health is your wealth. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Lola is an app that gives you a chance to watch videos, listen to audios, and read articles wherever you are for free. Motivational stories, dramas, campus life, technology, lifestyle, adventure, sports, academics, jobs, entertainment, and more. Download Lola now on Play Store. All you need, you got Lola.
We apologize for that. Welcome back to the broadcast. Let's continue with our coverage. Now, students from Kabarak University in Kenya's Rift Valley have developed a method for turning grass into flour and then fortifying it for human consumption. This new flour will be an ingredient for ugali, a staple food normally made from cornmeal. Take a listen at this story courtesy of the Voice of America.
You might think that Salome Njeri is clearing grass from her compound, but she is actually collecting raw materials to make flour. Njeri is among a group of 4 students at Kabarak University in Kenya's Rift Valley region who have come up with a way to turn the grass into flour. That flour can replace maize in the common Kenyan dish, ugali, at a time when many families are struggling with the high cost of living.
Considering the prices of maize flour, which is the staple food in Kenya, it has actually risen with above 50%, and we find that most people cannot be able to afford. Hence, we found a way out in which we can be able to make sure that food is actually affordable to each and every human being.
EcoStarch flour is made by converting grass to edible flour through enzymatic processes. The students have mostly been using Bermuda grass, but say any species of grass can work.
We cannot eat grass, right? But a cow can eat grass and digest it. So we found a way in which you can now convert the cellulose in grass, that is the bit you can digest, to become now starch, edible starch, using enzymatic transformation, using enzymes, so that we can get something that is similar to maize.
The harvested grass is cleaned and dried at room temperature to preserve nutrients. Next, it is ground into powder and then enzymes are added at specific temperatures for coloration. The mixture is then fortified with micronutrients and ready for human consumption. Kenya is among the sub-Saharan African countries experiencing a alarming food crisis. The World Food Programme says the number of people in urgent need of food assistance in the country has risen 6-fold since 2020 to 4.4 million in February. Henry Kiplagat, the Vice-Chancellor of Kabarak University, believes investing in innovation can help in solving the hunger situation.
Actually, most of the innovations in the world are produced by young people, the age of university-going students. It's very difficult to get a 100-year-old man or woman coming up with a new idea. So this is the future of the world, and we need to invest in them by setting aside resources to support their innovative work.
With the increasing threats from climate change and shocks on global supply chain systems, experts say African countries like Kenya should have homegrown solutions to the continent's food shortage problem.
We can be able to come up with solutions that have been well researched upon and done so by researchers in our own country, to be able to look at the safety of these products and work out the production costs so that we are able to produce products at rates that are relatively low.
After 3 years of research and trials, EcoStarch innovators are hoping to get a nod from authorities and get their product on the market. And by selling at a price 5 times lower than the average market price of maize flour, these student innovators hope to help less privileged families get ugali back on their dinner tables, albeit from grass. Let's have a test. Juma Majanga, VOA News, Kabarak University, Kenya.
All right, as avocado farming in Kenya has been said to offer a good opportunity for youth and farmers to venture into in agribusiness, tonight we are focusing on the farming of Hass avocado in Isinya in Kajiado County. Take a look.
Hass avocado farming is gaining its popularity in the country due to its suitability in both local and international markets. Avocados do best in tropical climate regions that have an average monthly temperatures of 18 degrees Celsius or higher in the coldest months. According to Daniel Wanyama from Isinya Avocado Nurseries in Kajiado County, Hass avocado plant undergoes some stages in order to acquire the Hass seedling.
First tunaget zile local fruits kutoka Kisii kwa sababu Kisii ndio wana produce in large quantity. After kununua fruits kutoka Kisii, tunakuja tunazifanyia propagation, zinaiva. Zikishaiva tuna extract, sasa tunatoa the outer layer, tubaki na mbegu. Hiyo mbegu tunaitreat against botrytis na drips na magonjwa mengine, then tunaiweka kwa cold room. Tukishaiweka kwa cold room for 2 to 3 weeks, tunaitoa ndio tukuje tuipande.
Some of the different types of Hass avocados are golden Hass and giant Hass. Hass avocado is mentioned to mature faster compared to other types of avocados. However, to acquire high production, a farmer should ensure a better feeding program for the plant.
Hii avocado ikimea under good feeding program na agronomic service, tunaona kwamba production ya kwanza always inakuanga kidogo, lakini ukifanyia feeding program yako vizuri, ipatie manure, ipatie fertilizer na maintain shamba yako ikuwe safi, tunaona kwamba hii muti for after 2 years inaweza produce 75 to 150 fruits.
In order to maintain the texture and size of the avocado fruit, a farmer is required to add 10% of fruity variety that plays a big role in cross-pollination.
For you to maintain the size, texture na utamu wa Hass avocado, wakati wa kupanda, you need to mix 10% fuete. Yeah, there is a variety inaitwa fuete. So unaiweka 10% pia ndio isaidie ile wakati wa cross-pollination.
Hass avocado farming is faced by different challenges, with the major one being root rot, which leads to death of the entire plant, and according to Wanyama, advice from experienced farmers will contribute to curb the effects.
Challenges zenye zinapatikana kwa hii muti sana sana ni root rot. Tunaona kwamba ukipanda mahali penye maji huwa haipiti vizuri, iko prone to root rot, na kuna magonjwa pia ina affect sana. Unapata kwamba drips, unaweza pata caterpillar, unaweza pata zingine matawi zinaanguka, unaweza pata anthracnose, unaweza pata FCM, white flies. So hizo zote you need to seek for advice kwanza.
In Kenya, Hass avocado is grown in Murang'a, Nyeri, Kiambu, Kisii, Meru, Mount Kenya region, Nakuru and Eldoret. Dorothy Musyoka, KUTV.
All right, we are taking another short break at this point. We're coming back with sports news. Stay tuned.
Mtazamaji popote ulipo, unapokuwa ukitazama Safina Show
inang'oananga sasa hivi. Ungana nami Albanas Mwania, nahodha wa Safina Show, nikutoe ng'ambo ya pili hadi ufuoni. Safina Show, sauti ya matumaini.
A social creature, and their one-way form of connection is through relationships.
This line of the three is to ensure that a child who is in need of care and protection, a vulnerable child, or a child who has been abandoned, has a place that they can call home. A bit more temporary than guardianship, because the maximum period for foster care placement is 3 years, unless the court extends it for various reasons.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at what's happening in the world of sports. Luke Kiprop and Naomi Chepkorir are winners of the 10 International Marathon 2023 in the 42 kilometers race of the men's and women's categories, respectively. In the 10 kilometers races, Ruben Longosiwe and Christine Chebet emerged victorious in the men's and women's categories, respectively. Sports and Culture Cabinet Secretary Babu Namwamba flagged off the 10 Marathon 2023 race in Elgeyo-Marakwet County, whose theme was climate resilient practices to enhance food security and economic growth in the country. And Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa are champions of the first ever African Football League after defeating Wydad Casablanca of Morocco in the epic finals. Wydad were 2-1 winners in the first leg match in Morocco, but Mamelodi Sundowns took advantage of their home grounds in today's second leg match to win 2-0 and bag a 3-2 aggregate victory at the Loftus Stadium in Pretoria. Mamelodi Sundowns, better known as the Masandawana, under the tutelage of head coach Rulani Mokwena, bagged the $4 million prize money in the finals, attended by the World Football Governing Body President Gianni Infantino. That brings us to the end of our bulletin tonight. Many thanks indeed for keeping us company. Be sure to join me again tomorrow for Money Monday. My name is Anne Odida. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Mutava Mongeli. Have a good night and see you tomorrow, inshallah.
Kutoka kuwa jamii ya kuhamahama na sasa kujumuisha kilimo katika mitindo yao ya maisha. Kwenye toleo la kaunti ya Narok, hii ni Boresha Kilimo, kwani afya bora ni kilimo bora.
Kwani kilimo ndicho huboresha maisha.
We are all seeing the impacts of climate change. In Kenya, for example, the frequency of the floods